So in 2003, we finally get the long-awaited Freddy vs Jason movie, a movie that had been mooted since 1987, and it was finally here. It was a big event, and it was a huge budget, 25 million, for basically these two horror icons to just have this battle off. But how were they going to make it work? How were they going to put the two of these guys together? And they did it in quite an inventive way. What you have is you have Jason is dead, he is in hell languishing. Freddy has been forgotten and is also in hell, and brings Jason back to life by pretending to be his mother in a dream. Makes Jason go to Elm Street to start killing the kids so that they start to fear Freddy. Freddy gets feared, that gives him power, and he gets back into his sort of supernatural glory, so to speak, where he can pick off these kids one by one. It's a nice conceit, it's nice to get these two together, and it kind of makes sense. Of the sort of two sort of horror icons, it kind of tries to bind the balance between both of these people and give them equal time on screen and equal place to their strengths as well. It's directed by Ronnie Yu, the man who did Bride of Chucky, one of the better Child's Play movies, one that definitely had a lot of fun about it. I quite like that movie. So trying to remember back to when I went to see this in the cinema, it was an event movie. It was something that we talked about for years. People in the horror community wanted to see these two horror icons together. We always dreamed of it, and we finally got it here. You get the same kind of thing that you get with most of the Friday the 13th movies, and to an extent some of the Nightmare on Elm Street, where you have these characters that aren't really that interesting, and in some cases are particularly very bad actors who you just want to see get slaughtered sooner rather than later, which is fine because you've got these two horror icons who are going to take them out. You get sort of ideas of Jason, you get his kind of music through his theme throughout the movie. You get Crystal Lake at the start, although it moves to Elm Street. You have his machete, you have his particular brand of murdering, stabbing, impaling people. Then you have Freddy, who is given equal shift as well in this. He has his music cues throughout it. He does lots of nightmare things, but one of the things I felt that the movie really did poorly was the kind of lack of practical effects. They kind of rely a little bit too much on CG, and it's just not quite there yet to give these two guys the kind of effect they should have. And also is very comedic driven, and that is something that's hard to find the balance between these two characters. As we know, Freddy got more comedic the movies went on, but to start off with, he was very, very horrific. You know, he was a scary guy before he became like a stand-up comedian in the later iterations of Nightmare on Elm Street. And you've got Jason, who's just a big hulking presence, and yet you've got Freddy and Jason battling it off. Freddy trying to crack wise, Jason just trying to slaughter. But it did give us what we want. It gave us a battle between these two, and it doesn't really short us out in that. It goes along for a long while. It is a vicious battle that goes on, and it kind of works, but kind of doesn't at the same time. It's almost like a sketch of what somebody would think these two guys would do. You've got Freddy trying to do crazy martial arts moves on Jason, and you've got Jason just soaking up, just trying to brutally defeat Freddy. Like I said, the special effects are poor. The storyline is actually quite good, but let down by the actors and their kind of performance. But you can probably say that's down to director's choice and giving them direction. You've lots of nice homages to the original Nightmare on Elm Street and to the Friday the 13th series, and I find that it finds that balance quite nicely. There is lots of blood, thankfully, not always of the CG kind. There is some nice artistic elements as well when they tint the screen a particular colour, which they do a few times. At first I thought it was off-putting, but you know what, this time round I kind of liked that aesthetical choice that they put onto the movie. And Freddy vs Jason gives you primarily what you want. You're not interested in the characters, they're two-dimensional cannon fodder for these two horror icons to just slaughter, and slaughter they do. There is some nice ideas in the movie, and although it doesn't work and it's not a great movie, I still have a good bit of fun with it. More than some of the other Friday the 13th movies. In fact, I gave Freddy vs Jason 3 out of 5. It's fun, it's very flawed, but it still tries. It really does just try to achieve something, even though it may not fully achieve it. I think it's a fun movie. It's a nice iteration for these two characters, and yeah, it's a shame we never got a sequel. I would like to have seen maybe a little bit more practical effects as well. But yeah, what did you think of Freddy vs Jason? Let me know in the comment box below what you thought of the fight and who you think would really win if these two were battling it out properly. And I'll see you next time. on Man vs. Film.